All right, we'll go right into questions. We'll start with Ryan first. Go ahead, Ryan.
Hey, Liv. Obviously the result that the team didn't want coming out here to Gotham. What do you think ended up being some of the differences in this match?
Honestly, I think like the effort was there the whole time. I just think obviously there is like the execution that we're always kind of like always looking for. And I think obviously in a couple moments that wasn't exactly what we wanted. I think a couple of those transition moments that just unlucky or just weren't completely in the right spots, things like that kind of led to their chances. And so that's frustrating. It's something that we're always trying to improve on. But yeah, I just think like a couple small pieces were missing, and we're definitely continuing to focus on like we gotta be clinical and put the ball in the back of the net,
And how important is this international break going to be for the team to just kind of recharge and get back in a good mindset, I guess, ahead of the next one?
Yeah, I think it'll be great. I think it'll be great for everyone league-wide, obviously. Like for us, I'm sure a lot of people are looking forward to some time to just like get their minds either back to where they want or just some time to rest and recharge. It's definitely like this league is grueling and hard, the travel, the games, going to different environments, so all of that. But yeah, I think people will be looking forward to it, but obviously it'll just kind of create more excitement to get back, so that's always good.
And what did you think of Hannah Betfort stepping in as a substitute and scoring that goal?
Yeah, Hannah, like, I think she's one of the best examples of like she's always ready, no matter what comes her way. And yeah, obviously I'm extremely happy for her, and she completely took that one moment and she executed perfectly. So obviously very happy for that. And she brought a great energy off the bench for sure.
All right, we'll go to Leo.
Hi, just kind of curious. Obviously, you just talked about the Gotham game. I'm kind of curious what your takeaways from these last three games without the World Cup players are overall, and what you think you can learn from them going into these upcoming games. Obviously, you have two more games before the World Cup final and their Challenge Cup games, but I guess just curious what your takeaways from those three games overall are.
I think the first one, it's just like that was a rough game, like all around. I don't think the quality was the highest in that game. And I think people would agree, but I think that was obviously to our first like chance to be all together on the field. So working out some kinks. I think the second one against Kansas City, 25 shots or whatever it was, like I go back to just like we just gotta put the ball in the back of the net, and like the chances were there, the effort was there. We just got to have that final quality, which I do truly think we have that. We just got to put it out there. And this one, I kind of have touched on a little bit already. It's just like I definitely think we're buying in together as a team. It's just there's a couple of things missing, and we got to pull those things together.
Any last questions, Ryan or Leo?
I had one, but I'm forgetting it, so probably no.
Okay. All right. We'll wrap right there. Thanks, Liv, for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hey, Hannah, thanks so much for joining us. We'll go right into questions, and we will go with Ryan Clark. Go ahead, Ryan.
Hi, Hannah. Obviously not the result the team wanted tonight, but you were able to get in as a substitute and score a goal. What was that moment like for you, just that interplay with Morgan and eventually finishing it off?
Yeah, this is something that we do all the time in practice. So, I was just trying to make the most of the opportunity that I had. We're coming in down a goal. So all eyes forward, trying to beat this rain. So I just knew I had to be as front-footed as possible. And when I saw the opportunity, hooked up with Kling a little bit there. And, we do this every day. We practice that exact same setup every single day. And, practice makes perfect.
And, obviously the last two matches losses for the team in this World Cup break. What is the message in the locker room? What's the feeling now, just given those recent results and trying to improve going forward?
Yeah, these have been really difficult games, mostly because we had all the pieces there that we needed to win. I think that's the important part. Against KC, we had something like 28 shots. So it's all there for our success, but we're just having a hard time putting those final pieces together. I think that's always a big challenge when you have such an elite group like this one, where you do have a bunch of people who leave for a World Cup. A lot of new people have to step into roles that maybe they haven't done before. So putting together those final pieces can be a bit frustrating when you're trying new things, you're trying to get a new group together, build some more of that chemistry. So as frustrating as it has been, because we have that standard for ourselves and we know we can win those games, there's also a lot to look forward to where we have been putting those performances together. You know, it'd be different if we were just severely underperforming and we weren't getting shots or opportunities. But since we are and we can, it's just a matter of time before all those things really fall into place. But I think that they're starting to game by game. It's clear that we're improving, but obviously we have a higher standard for ourselves than just improving. We want to close out these games. We want success. We want to secure points and stay at the top of the table. So we're frustrated, but we are optimistic with where we're going.
And international break now for the team to recharge a bit. How crucial is that going to be?
I think at every season, and I've been in the NWSL, this is my third season, this time of the year is pretty critical. I think that we've been going since February, most of us since mid-January. So it's just a time to, you know, for us, especially in this position, just take a step back, understand, reflect what we're doing. Like, we don't need to throw everything out here. Like, we just need a second to recuperate, to make those bonds, to have just some time to recharge and come back and refocus with what we want to accomplish. And I think we're in a good place, but a break is always nice whenever you're having a hard time and you get consistently frustrated. I think this is good timing for us to just have a reset, a recharge, and come back in ready to swing again when we get back.
All right, Leo, do you have any questions for Hannah?
Yeah, you kind of mentioned that this game was a race against the rain. Obviously, the kickoff got moved up 15 minutes. Was that something that you think impacted the way this played out at all? Or were you just like of the mindset of we're just going to roll with the punches?
I mean, we're a team that rolls with the punches. If there's anything we've proved over the last few years is adversity has nothing on us. A little bit of rain's not going to rain on our parade, so to speak, but it definitely did hype up the anticipation of what we were doing, everything coming very quickly, you know, cutting everything short. Like, we like to pretend that we're easygoing people, but we're all quite regimented in what we do before the game. So having to shorten that can add to the anxiety, the heartbeat of the team. And I think you could sense that in the first half where we were just not settling into the game quite the way we normally would. Eventually, I think we really found our pace. And that's almost what makes the game more frustrating, is that we did find that. So a little bit, but in all honesty, I think that we had more than enough to put that game away. And we're frustrated with that. The rain played a very small piece in that, in my opinion.
Fair enough. And then kind of just about your journey with the Thorns. You played mostly as a defender in college,
Yeah.
and now you're like pretty much exclusively playing as a 9. And I guess I'm kind of curious what that transition has been like for you.
Well, to be honest, my whole life has been like that. I played on a very small club team. I think by my sophomore year of high school, there were like 13 people on the team and 2 of them were goalkeepers. So it's always had to be part of my game. If we were losing, I was playing center forward. If we were tied, I was playing center mid. And if we were winning, I played center back. So I did that for most of my youth career. And then in college, it was no different. I played center forward for my first year, was pretty successful in the ACC. Had an injury, had a transfer, and we didn't have any outside backs anymore. So I played outside back. Had an injury and a transfer. Hannah, we really need the tall blonde to play center back, to head the ball away from the goal this time. So I just took that on. You know, I've always been a player that wherever you need me, I will do it. And I think it's really made me an asset to be a person who can play anywhere, anytime. And I kind of play every position a little bit of the same, with a lot of intensity and front-footedness. So it's been a difficult journey, but not all that foreign. I'm pretty used to getting pulled to the extremes of the field based on what the team needs are. And I'm prepared to do that at any point in time for any team, especially this one. I want to be that asset. I want to be whatever we can be. And right now my role is best served as a 9.
Obviously, the Thorns are, when everyone is with the team, pretty deep out forward. Are there like specific players that have kind of taken you under their wing and helped you learn what that role is for Portland at all, or is that?
Yeah, I think most of the things at this level, they are technical and tactical, but they're also about who you are and your identity. As me finding myself in these different positions all the time, it can make your identity a bit confusing. Like, am I a center back? Am I a center forward? Like, what am I? I've done so much in my playing career. So I think a big person that has helped me solidify like technical and tactical side is Kelly Hubley, Manguez, Becky, like all the center backs really give me quite a hard time to make me improve and help me, you know, beat them. And it's something that's like really special to get to play with some of the best center backs in the world, to develop my craft. Morgan Weaver is another person who has really, really helped me with confidence, finding my identity, finding chemistry with my outside forwards to make the best runs that I can. So there's, I mean, it's hard to name someone who hasn't. Soph has shown me by example. Sinky has been there for me. I mean, this team is so interconnected and we all try to serve each other in the best way we can. So I can't say one person, pretty much everyone has helped everyone be the best version of themselves.